Hi everyone, I'll be installing Fedora KDE Plasma on a separate disk without using a USB drive or DVD. Installing it on a separate disk is great if you want to keep things separate from Windows. The KDE Plasma desktop is for those who want more control over the appearance and behavior, and if you're coming from Windows, you'll probably feel more comfortable using it over GNOME. So this can be great for beginners. So looking at the hardware requirements for Fedora 42, the latest version, and the minimum system configuration, you'll need a minimum of a 2 GHz dual-core processor, 2 gigs of system memory, and 15 gigs of unallocated drive space. And for the recommended system configuration, having a 2 GHz quad-core processor, 4 gigs of system memory, and 20 gigs of unallocated drive space. Display resolution 1024 by 768, and scrolling down, graphics hardware, the minimum hardware for accelerated desktops, and Fedora 42 supports most display adapters. So anything modern, feature-rich desktops like GNOME and KDE Plasma use video devices to provide 3D accelerated desktops. So if you have older graphics hardware, it may not support acceleration. The GMA 9XX, NVIDIA prior to NV30, the GeForce FX 5000 series, and Radeon prior to R300, Radeon 9500. So this hardware is over 20 years old. So if you have any hardware older than 20 years old, it may not be supported. I'm now going to download Fedora 42. Going to fedoraproject.org, get Fedora, KDE Plasma, and I'm going to download, and I'm going to select the ISO for Intel and AMD x86 64 systems. Once download, go into your downloads folder, select the image, hit enter or right click and mount, open, and this will mount it onto a virtual drive. So it's the G drive for me. And now I'm going to open up disk management, start disk management. All right, and we see here my G drive with the Fedora ISO mounted. And then I have two disks here. Disk 0, this is my SSD drive. It's 476 gigabytes. And disk 1, which is my NVMe drive, and it's 223 gigabytes. And so I'll be installing Fedora onto disk 1. And there's currently the D drive that's on here. And so I don't need to delete my D drive. I can just make room for it. And so on my D drive, I have 141 gigabytes free. So I'm going to set aside 50 gigabytes. So right click, shrink volume. I'll do 50,000, shrink. All right, and there's the unallocated space. To install Fedora without using a USB drive or DVD, I'll need to create a new partition just for the Fedora ISO image. And so I'm going to be putting it on disk 0, my first disk. And so Fedora here, if I right click, properties, and I see here it's about 2900 megabytes or 3000 megabytes. Cancel, and then go into my C drive, and I'm going to shrink it, and then 3000, shrink. Okay, and it's been unallocated. So right click, new simple volume, next, next, next. And the file system will be FAT32. And in the volume label, I'm going to label it as ISO, next, finish. All right, the F drive has been created. Going back into Explorer. And in my G drive, going to copy everything, going into my F drive, and I'm going to paste. Now going back into disk management. And so your boss should be able to detect this partition and be able to boot from it. But if not, it may be because it's seen as a basic data partition and it needs to be seen as an UEFI system partition instead. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to open up disk part as administrator, start disk part, run as administrator, yes. I'm going to list my disk. And so it's disk 0, select disk 0, list my partitions. And so we see there it's partition number 5, the 3000 megabyte partition. We'll select partition 5, and then type in help set ID. Scroll up, and then going to get the UEFI system partition value in hex. Going to copy it, and I'm going to type in set ID equals, and then paste, and then enter. All right, and I see here that this part successfully set the partition ID, so that's good. And we can see here in disk management that's been set as well. And now I'm going to reboot my computer and go into the BIOS. In my BIOS, going to ensure that secure boot is disabled. And if you have fast boot, disable that as well. And in my boot options, I'm going to change it so it's going to boot into Fedora. Or if you have a boot override section, you can do a one-time boot into Fedora. All right, we see it's able to boot into the partition and grub comes up. Before starting Fedora KDE Desktop Live, I'm going to have to edit this. So I'm going to hit E to edit. I'm going to use the arrow keys to go down and look for this line starting with Linux and using the arrow keys. And I'm going to go all the way to the end where it says Fedora KDE Live 42. And I'm going to change that. And then the label will be ISO because that's the label that I used when setting up the F drive. And then I'm going to hit F10 to boot. All right, it's booted into the live environment, and then I get the welcome screen here, and I'm going to press this icon to install, and select your language, English, continue. Going to be selecting installation, destination, and so we see here under local standard disks, there's only one disk here. Doesn't see my first disk because the installation media is mounted on it, which is fine as I'm using my second disk, my NVMe drive here to install Fedora, and it's already selected. So that's good. And under storage configuration, and the default option is automatic. It'll use BTRFS to install Fedora. And we'll use the free space, which will work fine. If you want to customize it, you can select custom. You can hit done. And it says here new Fedora 42 installation. You haven't created any mount points for your Fedora 42 installation yet. And you can click here to create them automatically. So if I click on it, we can see the different mount points, /home, /boot /UEFI, /boot, and /. But for me, I don't need to use BTRFS as I don't need to snapshot or use subvolumes. So I'm going to discard and reset. And then I'm going to be selecting standard partition. And then again, I can select this and then it'll help create my partitions automatically. And then so it's going to create a separate EFI partition on my NVMe drive. And then there's going to be a partition for /boot. And then there's going to be a partition for everything else /. If I want to remove anything, I can just select it. I can hit the minus sign, and I'll remove it. And so, for example, if I want to remove /boot, I can remove it. And if I want to add in another partition, and then, for example, if I want to add in swap, and then I have 12 gigs of memory, so I can do 12 gigs. Add mount point. And then the label for this will be swap. And then going back to the first partition here, the EFI partition, I'll put a label on it as well. We'll call it EFI Fedora. And then the next partition I'll create, it's going to be for / for everything else. And then I'll just hit add mount point. And I'll assign the remaining free space. And I'll call this partition root. And I'm going to hit done. And the screen is just a summary of the changes that it's going to do. So I'm going to accept. Next, root account. I'm going to enable the root account, which is used for administering the system. Put in a password. Done. And then user creation. I'm going to put in my full name, username, and password. Done. And then network and host name. I'm going to put a host name for my PC. Apply. Done. And then time and date. And then put in your time zone. And then done. And then begin installation. So this will take a little bit of time to install. Alright, Fedora is now successfully installed and ready for you to use. Go ahead and reboot your system to start using it. Finish installation. And so when I restart, it should boot into Fedora. But to make sure, I'm going to go into the BIOS just to confirm. Restart, restart now. Alright, in my boot options, option number 1 is the Windows Boot Manager. Option number 2 is Fedora itself, the OS, on my NVMe drive. And option number 3 is the Fedora installation partition. So I'll have to change it so that Fedora OS option, boot option number 2 is actually number 1. And I'm going to save changes and exit. Alright, so it's booted up into my NVMe drive, and then there's grub, and so there's Fedora Linux, the rescue option, and then the Windows Boot Manager. So I'm going to go into it, Fedora Linux. Alright, I get the login screen, I'm going to log in. Alright, so it's booted into Fedora with KDE, and I get the Welcome Center screen. I'll close it, and now I'm going to restart to ensure I can get back into Windows. Grub comes up, select the Windows Boot Manager. I'm going to open up Disk Management. Alright, and we see here on disk 1 my NVMe drive, and there's Fedora, there's the UEFI partition, there's a swap partition, and there's slash. And so the installation partition, I no longer need it, so I'm going to delete it. And if I right click, delete volume is grayed out, so I'll do this in disk part. Run as administrator. Yes, that's my disks. Select disk 0, list my partitions, and select partition 4, and delete partition override. And I'm going to extend my C drive. Next, next, finish. So that's it. That's how you can install Fedora KDE Plasma on a separate disk in a dual boot setup without using a USB drive or DVD. I hope this video was useful, and I thank you for watching. Bye now.